Okay. So let's talk about your creative process as a storyteller. How do you manage the heavy outpouring of ideas when working on multiple projects simultaneously?
Uh, well, you know, ideas are a dime a dozen. Like, I mean, it's not like that idea is like a big deal. You know,
I
um,
get it because I'm creative and it's like I
yeah,
can work on 30 to 40 shows at one
yeah,
time.
yeah,
But it's still like with you, you have different forms of
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
storytelling.
I'll
So
tell you a little
yeah,
secret
I'm
though.
curious about that.
I'll tell you a little secret. I do not have an idea and then go, well, should I write a poem or should I write a play or should I? That's not how it works for me. I sit up and say, I think I
Uh-huh.
want to write a poem today. Then I write the poem, and while I'm making the poem, I find out what the poem is, what I'm going to write about. I don't know what I'm going to write about until I start writing it. So when I write a novel, I'll say, okay, I
Uh-huh.
think I want to write a novel. Then I have to work out what the novel is about. My impulse, try and understand, my impulse is not the thought, you know, my girlfriend left me, I gotta write about it. I don't do that, like, because so many things happen every day. Like, if you are waiting for tragedy to come to you so that you can write, what a miserable life you're gonna have. Like, what is that? Like, you're gonna have to wait for something bad to happen to write a poem. And I know people tell me that until I'm sad I can't write a poem. That's not like a profession. That's
Mhm.
not a recipe for a profession. Like, you're gonna have to have people make you sad every time you need to write. That's not useful. So for me, writing is a reflection of experience, but experience, you write, your writing is the thing. So my impulse is, I want to make a poem, I want to make a book, I want to make a novel, I want to make a play. Then I work on what I'm going to write, because my life is filled with all kinds of things. And if I can't find it in me, I can sure find it in somebody else. And I can make that into something beautiful and something wonderful and something that teaches us something about ourselves, because it's a rich and complex and beautiful world out there. So I'm not motivated by the moment in that kind of way. I mean, I may, but it's not what I don't have to be driven by that. Otherwise, I wouldn't do what I do. I wouldn't do it, because it would be so far and in between. And I know a lot of people say they have to be inspired, and I don't understand that. Like, yeah,
Uh,
that yeah.
I I like to think of my creativity as an unlimited resource, you know,
Well, it
to
pretty much
where
is.
I mean it's never ending. It's never ending. I could be on the phone with somebody and say a word and that will spark an idea. Or
Right.
I could be walking outside and hear birds chirping and then that's gonna trigger an idea in my head. So that's what I wanted to hear from you was the fact that your creativity has boundaries.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have boundary. I mean, the real test for you as a writer is your writing up to the task? In other words, is your skill as good as your idea?
Hmm.
You can get some great ideas, but your skill, it doesn't match the idea. That's the struggle we have as writers. It's like playing a sport. I can imagine myself shooting like Stephen Curry. I can see it in my mind's eye. Like, I can see it. Like, if you give me the ball, I'm there 30 yards, whoop, I'm getting it in. Like, I can do that. Like, for 30 feet out, I can do it. I can take these long shots and so I can imagine it. But pass me the ball and see if I can do it. Well, there's a difference between the capacity to imagine what you can do and the skill to do it. The skill to do it is training. That's what you do. You get your skill, you get your training. Then when the ball comes to you, you can do it. So for me as a poet, I'm constantly expanding my vocabulary, expanding my idea of what a poetic voice is, expanding my idea of tone, rhythm, all the kind of things that I can do. That way, when the idea comes, I can do the idea justice.